Boy, another beautiful day here in Southern California. Harvester
It
Ed.
is. I gotta admit, it is.
No snow.
No snow.
75 degrees.
Yes.
It's still January.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. This is Head Harvester Bill Arman from the West Coast.
And Head Harvester Ed LaFlamme from the East Coast.
Now we get questions all the time. We get situations, especially about human resources and people, your people resources. And Ed, I think you have a list of some of the things. People ask, can I fire a guy for some of this stuff? What is that?
Yeah, I've been saving these up. You're not going to believe it, okay? Let me just read some of these. Can I fire an employee for using profanity on the job, unexcused absences, having a second job? How about coming back to work from the FMLA, lying to a supervisor, having a bad attitude, having a sexual affair with a coworker? Ooh. Urinating on client's property.
No,
Bill.
is that what that says?
That's what it says.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, smoking marijuana while wearing a company uniform.
You know what?
Whoa.
I say fire them all. You know what we need to do? We need an HR expert.
Yeah, we really.
We have one, don't we?
I
HR Head Harvester Steve?
Yeah, I
Don't we
can't
have
answer
him?
these. Yeah, where is he when you need him, huh?
Wait. Ed, turn around.
Oh, there he is.
He's right there. Come on over, Harvester
man,
Steve.
we need you, man.
What do you guys?
Wait,
Pacific
aren't you supposed to
Ocean.
be at work, Harvester Steve? Oh my
Hi,
gosh.
everybody.
Head Harvester Steve joining us here. Now we've had a lot of questions on, how to fire a person, kind of fire them from different
Happens all the
things.
time.
Having a sexual affair, coworker, and urinating and oh boy.
So
That's pretty serious.
So give us some basics around terminating somebody.
Sure. Good. Thanks for that. First off, it sounds a little bit bureaucratic, everybody, but first off, it's very important for us to make sure that we have 3 key documents for every employee. They better have signed their employee handbook. Make sure we have the at-will acknowledgement, which gives us the power to hire and fire at will. Second, they should have a signed arbitration agreement, which prevents them from suing you in a court of law. Third, it's important to have the confidentiality non-disclosure agreement to make sure they can't steal stuff from you, so that if you do fire them, they can't take materials with them. So make sure you have those 3 documents as well as background. From that, to Harvester Ed's point, for everything that comes up, make sure you do an investigation first. If you hear an allegation, if it's hearsay, if Bill says something about Ed, we can't take Bill's word for it, although it's probably going to be true.
Probably true.
Okay. We want to make sure we do an investigation, which means we have to interview every person who's mentioned, see if there are actually eyewitnesses to confirm the allegations. So for some of these, I got the call the other day about a sexual affair with somebody. We had to do an investigation to see if people knew about it, or urinating in public. A salesperson was doing a job walk and couldn't make it to the restroom and just, urinated on somebody's property. But we had to do the investigation first, because there could be extenuating circumstances that prevent you from firing somebody. You have to do the investigation to make sure you don't get sued for wrongful termination. So here's an example. The person who urinated in the client's yard, believe it or not, was covered because of the Americans with Disabilities Act.
No way.
Because he couldn't make it 300 feet to the public restroom. So he was protected. Now, we wouldn't have known that had we not had the note from his doctor saying that he was covered under the Americans with Disabilities Act for this medical condition. So that's why it's very important to have those 3 documents ahead of time, do the investigation, and always be mindful of the fact that wrongful termination is a very popular type of lawsuit right now.
So I think the message here is an important one, that we don't just jump and fire somebody, because it could really libel you. I would suggest you talk to somebody like Harvester Steve and bring out all the details, so you make an investigation in each case, and then you don't libel yourself for any of these things. And
Very
what happens
true.
if a company doesn't have a handbook? What happens then?
They should not be firing people. They shouldn't be hiring people. They should have that first, because that gives you the authority to hire, fire, and hold people accountable to certain operational standards.
Wow. So I can see the need for a handbook then.
Very much so. That's
for
basically a
companies.
foundation point.
Yeah.
So
good
great
point.
information. And if you want more information about your HR program, just click down below or get in touch with Head Harvester HR Specialist Steve Caesar right here. He's part of the Harvest team. He's ready to help you guys harvest your potential. This is Bill Arman from the West Coast.
And Ed LaFlamme from the East Coast, outnumbered by the West Coast guys today.
Steve Caesar, coast to coast. Glad to help you guys out, helping you to harvest your potential.
Now listen, go out there and harvest your potential. You want to hire and fire correctly. We'll see you next time. Now let's go down here, make sure.
Look at that.
Are you going to urinate in the thing down there?
No,
Okay,
no.
make-
Not this time.
It's only 300 feet. You can make it. Come on, Ed. Come on, it's right down here. There's a bathroom. I just saw it earlier.
What did I just step in?